I'm in a bad habit of cracking my knuckles again. I got out of the habit and then I'm back doing it again without even realizing that I'm cracking my knuckles. So I gotta get back out of the habit. But I hope all is well with everyone that is joining this live today. Ow, that poked me. Interesting. But I hope all is well with you guys. As you can see, I wish I would have moved that from behind me beforehand, but laundry was done in my house yesterday, so things are hung up around the house. But I hope all is well with everybody. Today we're going to be talking about hydration, because that's very important, and we all understand that people tell you got to drink your water. It's hot outside right now, so you better be drinking your water. But we're going to be talking about the power of hydration and how it connects together with plant-based. And being plant-based, for me, I feel like it's definitely gotten me more hydration in my life without even really trying to get more hydrated. Like, it just naturally comes. But beforehand, before I went plant-based, I feel like I still drank a lot of water, but I was never hydrated. And so I feel like that's a topic that we need to discuss. And so that sparked this live topic today of the power of hydration, because a lot of us drink water. A lot of us like to try to stay hydrated by drinking a lot of water. People drink gallons of water a day. They literally go out and get the big jugs and drink the whole gallon in a day, but they're still not hydrated. And so you have to think about the fact that when you're sitting there and you're not actually hydrating on a cellular level, you're just literally flushing and flushing and flushing. And there's only a certain amount of flushing that you can do before at that point you're just going to the bathroom and flushing the same amount of water that you put in out. It's not actually flushing anything that is needing to be released. So for instance, when you are flushing and your body is moving and all your systems are flushing correctly, you'll be releasing toxins. You'll be releasing parasites. You'll be releasing the things that your body does not need, that it holds on to if you aren't hydrated and drinking water. But when you're sitting there and not getting hydrated on a cellular level, your cells are not moving at the full capacity that they need to be. And so that means you are not expelling those toxins like you need to be doing. That means you're going to be inflamed. And so you have to sit here and realize the fact that the power of hydration needs to get down to the cellular level, not just the surface. And so for a lot of people run back and forth to the bathroom. If you stay through the live, I will tell you how you can do that for yourself. This is just the beginning for the people that are coming in. Hi, my name is Kendra. I'm a plant-based lifestyle strategist. I'm here to help you, to support you in understanding how to support your body in healing and being healthy outside of what society has told us is normal with diet culture. And so we don't do diet culture over here. We do lifestyle changes. And so I changed my lifestyle completely, became plant-based, and not only did my skin change, but my cellular hydration changed. My body systems functions completely different than the way that it used to. My inflammation is lowered, and I'm supported by the foods that I eat. And so you have to understand, and I have my notes over here if you're wondering what I'm looking at so I don't forget any points that I have. When you are thinking about hydration, it goes deeper than just, oh, I have to drink 8 ounces. I don't know if you have to drink 8 glasses of water anymore. I don't really know what the statistic is now, because they change it all the time. Because like I said, diet culture does not support you. They go back and forth with the things that they tell you to do. And so you have to sit there and really digest the fact that they come to you and tell you, yeah, drink 8 glasses of water a day, drink 8 ounces or whatever else, not 8 ounces, but you know what I mean? They tell you to drink gallons of water, but then they go back and they tell you, you don't have to do all of that. Instead, go get these hydration packs. They tell you to go get these different things to momentarily give you hydration. And it's not hydrating you on a cellular level. And especially for people that drink alcohol, you have to realize that when you're drinking alcohol, that dries your cells out. And so if you drink constantly, or consistently at least, your cells are constantly dehydrated and you're not supporting them. And so think about the fact that deeper than just you drinking your water every single day, getting your water, think about how deep it can go and what it should be doing for you. When your cells are hydrated, I was about to say that backwards. When your cells are hydrated the way they need to be, you have to realize your circulatory system is going to be working at its full capacity. So that means not only are your hormones going to be balanced, but you're also going to be able to have all the functions flowing. So the bathroom is going to be fine. You're not going to be sitting there struggling. Thanks for the follow. You're not going to be sitting there struggling to get rid of anything that you come in contact with as far as illnesses and diseases. You're not going to be sitting here struggling to have, mental clarity. Like, you have to understand that the fatigue and the mental fog, it also comes from cellular hydration as well. If you're dehydrated, you're going to be sluggish. If you're dehydrated, your functions and your systems are not going to be working correctly. And so the same thing, like I just said, your digestion is going to be affected, but you're also your temperature regulation. And so for the people that sit there and they're constantly hot or they're constantly cold, which obviously cold has to do with your iron, but you have to realize that it also supports you. So if you're somebody who's constantly cold or constantly hot, you need to be drinking the opposite. If you're constantly hot, you need to be drinking cold, cool water. If you're constantly cold, you need to be drinking warm room temperature water. And then you also have to sit here and realize that your water needs to be clean. If you're drinking tap water, that's not clean. If you're drinking a regular basic filter like a Brita or even your refrigerator filter, depending on which one you have, or if you're sitting there drinking bottled water, that is not supporting you. And on top of that, it's harming your cells. On top of not giving you the hydration on a cellular level, it's harming your cells. Because when you're drinking like water bottles, for example, or tap water, it's filled with heavy metals and microplastics. That's not supporting you. And so you have to sit there and realize the fact that if you are not expelling these toxins, your body's not going through the detoxification process. When you're not expelling those parasites and you're not constantly flushing like your body needs to, because you're made up of so much water, but that water needs to be flowing and flushing. That's what they tell you. They don't tell you about the fact that you need to be flushing and flowing. They tell you your body's made up of so much water and you need to intake water, but they don't tell you that it needs to be a certain type of water. And I'm not talking about where they go on TikTok and they're telling you need H3O and all these different things. I'm talking about actually getting down to the cellular level of drinking and eating your water. Yes, I understand that fruits give you that H3O as well as a certain type of water, and that's important, but you're focusing on the wrong facts here. Y'all are focusing on what they tell you and what's trending on TikTok, but you're not focusing on the fact that you don't know how to take care of your body. You're focusing on the fact that, oh, they told you to get H2O all your life and you haven't ever been cellular hydrated, but you're not realizing that you still go out and eat crap. You still drink sodas. You still drink juicy juices and Minute Maids and all these different things that are harming you on a cellular level. So at that point, why are you getting H3O? Why are you even worried about H3O? You're not even detoxifying your body on a regular basis. You sit there and you eat any kind of crap all the time, and you're worried about getting a certain type of supplement, or you're worried about some type of water when you're not even supporting your body with food. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense because it's all connected. So that's the reason why we're talking about hydration and what the power of water is doing combined with plant-based eating, because you have to understand that when you are not sitting there supporting your body is going to show you signs. That's the reason why your skin is dull. That's the reason why you're fatigued. That's the reason why you're mentally fogged and you can't figure out why in the world you're always tired when you wake up. That's the reason why when you go out and you sweat and you do some type of exercise, within 15 minutes you feel like you're about to pass out, because you're not hydrated on a cellular level. And so we have to stop believing in what they tell us when it comes to what is healthy, and start to actually question, why in the world am I following what you're telling me to do, yet I'm still unhealthy? Why in the world is everybody doing the same thing and fitting in this box of normal, yet we're all struggling and ill? It makes no sense. And so I'm one of the accounts for sure on here. I know there's multiple other accounts. There's this one lady, I think she calls herself the microplastic lady, who talks about different things about our water and heavy metals and all these different things when it comes to plastic. And she's a great account and I love. I'm here to help you in being shown, or have been shown rather, because I've already been shown. I'm literally at the point of mastery now where I can teach you how to do these things. I'm here to help you understand how to do this for yourself, because I'm almost 4 years into being plant-based, but it didn't start out with me just getting everything and knowing how to do everything. It was a matter of me realizing that they were poisoning me. I wish I had my water bottle in here right now, but I have a big water bottle that has a charcoal filter in it, for example. If you're not drinking the correct, right way when it comes to your water, you're poisoning yourself more than doing any type of help. When you're drinking tap water, you're getting all types of prescriptions, supplements, you're getting different types of heavy metals, you're getting microplastics, and like they're talking about with these forever chemicals, that mess does not go away, especially if you don't know how to expel it with using food as your medicine. Because when you use food as your medicine, you can get rid of all the toxins in your body, the inflammation that's building up, the microplastics that are building up inside of your fat cells. But society does not use food as their medicine. That's the problem. What society does is use a momentary band-aid like supplements and prescriptions and medications and surgeries, and they think that's going to get them to a healthy space, but they never change their habits or their lifestyle. You never change your habits or your lifestyle. And so you sit here and you keep doing the same thing of what everybody else is doing, and look at society and how they are. Society is sick. Society is ill. It's getting worse. Cancer is ramping up. They keep talking about all these different diseases and stuff that these kids are, RSV and all this different stuff that these kids are going through. But they don't realize that illness cannot manifest in your body unless you're inflamed and it has something to feed off of. You can come in contact with it. You can start to show symptoms and signs. But for instance, for how I live my lifestyle, when that starts happening in my body, it does not get any deeper than a sniffle or a cough. And then it expels itself because I don't sit there and poison myself every single day with the food that I'm eating. As soon as I realize that I'm ill or I feel like that I'm getting ill, guess what? I start using natural methods for me to heal myself. I don't go and get my Alka-Seltzer Plus. I don't go to wherever the Minute Clinic and go get a little quick shot. I don't have to have allergy shots. And I'm speaking as somebody who had severe allergies all their life. I've never had an allergy shot, and now not only have I never had an allergy shot, but I don't have allergies anymore. I don't suffer from allergy symptoms or problems like that. And when I do have issues like that, guess what? I can help it and I can manage it without having to go take a Benadryl and go into sleep. Because that used to be the solution for me. I have to go take a Benadryl and just go take a nap. No. Now, I don't have to do any of that. Because my body's not constantly fighting itself. Because I'm not sitting here putting myself in a fight or flight state. Because I'm not sitting here dehydrated all the time. I don't take any type of prescriptions or medications. I don't even take supplements. Because a lot of people sit there and talk about the fact that when you are on a vegan lifestyle or a plant-based lifestyle, and I'm plant-based, I'm not vegan. They're two different things. If you want me to go into that, I have plenty of videos that talk about what the difference is. You have to understand. I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. Can somebody remind me? Oh my goodness. Can somebody in the comments remind me? Remind me what was I talking about? I was talking about hydration, obviously. I was talking about vegan or plant-based. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Okay, well, we're going to have to move on. If nobody's going to remind me, I'll move on. And so understanding that your dehydration affects your energy levels, it affects your skin health, and then it also affects your cognitive function. You were comparing the two supplements. That's what it is. Thank you, supplements. And so thinking about the fact that you're sitting there taking a supplement as something to get yourself into a space to be healthy, to manage an issue that you have going on. I don't take supplements. I don't take prescriptions. I've been plant-based for almost 4 years now. And people talk about the fact that they have to supplement things in, and they usually are following a vegan diet. Because like I said, it's a lifestyle change, not a diet. And they're like, I have to get my B12 from this supplement. I have to take whatever other like iron pills and all these different things. I don't have to take that crap. I was not only iron deficient in the beginning. In the very beginning, I was borderline anemic. I had knee pain. I was developing hip pain and back pain. I had developed asthma in high school. And this was all before I went plant-based. I went plant-based within that first couple of months. I no longer had to take my inhaler. My inhaler just sat there, collected dust. I no longer sat there and had to take supplements. I stopped taking supplements very early on. I stopped taking prescriptions within the first, I think, 4 to 5 months, maybe even the third and like 3.5 months. I was like, you know what? And just said, let me just see. Because I was taking like pain pills around my menstrual cycle because I had painful menstrual cycles all my life. And so I knew that like that was something I didn't want to have to deal with. But I eventually came to the realization, if I want to help my body heal, I have to sit here and let my body readjust itself to get back to its natural healing. You can't just sit there and put a momentary band-aid on it and expect it to help you heal. That's the same thing with tinctures. That's the same thing with herbs. Yes, you can take them when you are on a lifestyle like I am to help you enhance the health and the healing that you need. But if you're eating crap all the time, you go and you eat these chain restaurants when it comes to these fast food places and the chain restaurant places and these places that do not care about you. You're eating Beyond Meat or Impossible Meat. If you're eating McDonald's, Burger King, you're eating all of these different places that have chains that do not care about you, and they're cooking your food in inflammatory oils. They're cooking you soy. There's no reason for you to be taking any herbs or supplements or tinctures. You're wasting your money. It's going to give you a momentary band-aid like everything else. You might as well just go ahead and just take the prescriptions. You might as well just go get the surgery. Like, it makes no sense. You're not using food as your medicine, and food is how you heal. Because regardless of what you're taking, you see all these people out here that develop diabetes, that develop cancer. And if you're not seeing it, you need to do the research and you need to look it up. And honestly, I might make a video on that to show you all of the success stories that I have seen. You see these people healing themselves from cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, all these different things that you can have going on inside of your body, which come from food. All because they start using food as their medicine and they change their habits when it comes to food. They reparent their lifestyle. You see them sit there and talk about the blessings that they got from just going away from meat and dairy alone, and seeing how their body changed, seeing how their body healed. And it's possible for you to heal. It's a matter of you wanting to go get it. These people didn't have to take insulin. They didn't have to go get chemo. Majority of them didn't. That's the reason why they switched their lifestyle, because they didn't want to do those things for themselves. And I have plenty of people that come to me and they're asking me about diabetes help. And I'm telling you here, this live especially is for you, because diabetics are severely dehydrated. They don't get hydration on a cellular level. And when you're not getting hydration on a cellular level, you also have to understand that that hydration is helping you keep oxygen in your cells. And when you don't have enough oxygen in your cells, that's what cancer thrives off of. Not having enough oxygen. That's the reason why when they were telling you during 2020, when they were like, you have to have a certain amount of oxygen going in your body. If not, you need to go get tested for that illness that we had going around and going on. And they were telling people constantly to check their oxygen levels. You have to also understand that that's the way that illness thrives and manifests itself, when you're not getting enough oxygen in. That's the reason why you need to sit there and you need to work out. You need to get your body moving. Not even just saying you have to go to the gym, you have to run, but you need to be up and moving, because when your body, that's the reason why when your heart is pumping and it's pumping hard, you're getting more oxygen in. That means it's defeating and conquering the illnesses and diseases that could be manifesting in your body. That's how you get oxygen deeper into your cells. And so, well, vegetarian and vegan are two different things, because if you're vegetarian, I'm assuming you still eat dairy products, and dairy products are going to keep you inflamed, and that's going to be feeding the diabetes inside of your body, because dairy keeps you inflamed, and so does meat. So that's why you have to get away from that. That's why I teach you how to be plant-based. And if you want to learn how to live a plant-based lifestyle like I do and get fully walked through that, I have a program that will support you. I have a one-on-one that you can book with me, or you can just learn how to cook plant-based meals, which everything I have, you can get with Klarna, Affirm, or Afterpay. But I have a plant-based cookbook that is linked in my bio. You can go check that out. And whatever service or product that you feel like that will support you the most in this moment will get you to the space of being plant-based, regardless of what price it is. I promise you, they all will support you in not only understanding how to get your body right, but also in healing and being healthy and staying in that space. Because we don't deserve to not know how to take care of ourselves. And that's what society is doing to us. They're not teaching us how to take care of ourselves. They're teaching us how to be a dollar sign and a consumer and constantly ill and sick. And we don't deserve that. What we deserve is to know how to help our bodies heal and to be healthy and to enjoy the foods that we love and pass that down generationally. Because what we're passing down right now is curses. All we're passing down to the future generations, and if they're already here, the generations that are here now, is illness and disease. All we're passing down is unhealthy habits, unhealthy coping mechanisms, toxic habits. That's all we're passing down. But if we want to shift that, it starts with us. Because just like they tell you when a kid is watching you, when you have children around, they watch you. Think about what they're doing with their unhealthy habits rather. Think about what they're doing with the unhealthy habits you teach them. Think about what they're doing when they see you over consuming, never eating a fruit, never eating a vegetable, never drinking your water. never going and getting active enough to say, hey, let's get up and go on a walk today. You're teaching them unhealthy habits every single day. And you expect them to listen to you when you tell them, stop eating all that junk. Stop drinking those juice boxes. You've had 3 of them. You've had 2 of them. You don't need another one. You need to go eat some fruit. You need to go eat some vegetables. But you don't even do that. You're not teaching them to take care of themselves. It's taught by them seeing the actions that you take towards yourself. And when you take those actions towards your own health, you start to realize that you have been taught all of your life to do your body a disservice. You have been doing your body so terribly all of your life. For however old you are, for the 20 plus years that you've been on this earth, you've been treating your body like trash, and you don't deserve that. Your body doesn't deserve that. And since you nor your body deserves that, it's time to shift and to change that. It's possible for you to reparent and reprogram those habits. That whole mantra of you can't teach an old dog new tricks is crap. That's society telling you and keeping you complacent. That's society trying to get you to not realize your potential of what you have that can happen for you. Because at the end of the day, if you want to change the reality of what you're going through, you're going to take action towards that. But if you're complacent and you're fine with what's going on with your life and your lifestyle, if you're okay with being diseased, if you're okay with being on a prescription or a medication for the rest of your life, you're going to keep doing what has manifested and what has kept you in this space, what has led you here. But if you are ready to change and shift that for yourself, you're going to educate yourself. You're going to change your habits. You're going to allow your body to heal itself like it's designed to do. Because your body is designed to heal itself. If you did not know that, that is your body's actual design. These doctors can't promise you healing. They never tell you that you're going to heal from a disease that they diagnose you with. But they tell you, you know what you can do? You can fight cancer. You know what you can do? You can manage your high blood pressure and your heart disease and your diabetes. You can manage it with this prescription. But they never tell you, hey, did you know if you eat your fruits and vegetables and you eat it correctly, not only can you make plant-based dishes that you enjoy, but you can also cleanse yourself and allow your body to heal and do it in a good space so that you're not taking this for the rest of your life. By the end of this year, you could be healed if you follow this regimen and give you a regimen. No. But here I am telling you, tap in and work with me with my program. Tap in and work with me and get a one-on-one with me and book a one-on-one. And by the end of the year, if you follow the steps that I give you and the strategies that I give you, you can be healed. It took me less than 6 months for me to be able to see a transition in my life. It took less than a year for me to stop taking prescriptions, stop being on my inhaler. It took less than a year for me to no longer have chronic knee pain, which I was having in 5th grade. I had chronic knee pain all the way up until I transitioned. And it was all because I lowered the inflammation in my body. When I went plant-based, my whole life changed for the better. Before, I'm sitting there and I'm calling out to the Most High and I'm asking him, why in the world am I suffering? I'm calling out to him asking, how in the world am I having knee pain in 5th grade? Why in the world am I having anxiety and depression? Why am I sitting here having panic attacks? Why can I never be mentally stable for longer than a couple of days? And then he answered very quickly, it's because you're not eating actual nutrients. You keep eating this meat and you keep eating this dairy and you keep eating these additives and fillers that are added inside of your food. And also, if you do not know, meat has fillers and additives in it. That's the only way it can stay the color that looks fresh, so it doesn't look green and purple and brown and all this other colors on that shelf when you go get it, by the way. It has dye and everything else. And so you sit there, and the Most High spoke to me. And as I was sitting there, in 2020, having plenty of time to sit there and digest and to talk and to him and get all my downloads that I needed, I realized that it was okay to change my lifestyle when nobody else was living this lifestyle around me. It was okay for me to enjoy the foods that I loved one more time and to release them and to figure out how to make them in a plant-based form. It's possible. It's all about you going and getting it. Because I'm telling you now, I make everything that I love in a plant-based form. And that's what that beginner guide cookbook is going to show you. There's so many different things for you to be able to make, and they're so easy. I tried to make that one as easy as possible. I'm going to have a kind of like soul food book coming out very soon. Not very soon, probably once that one like picks up and really ramps up, because I just came out with that one this month. So it'll be a couple of months before I come out with that. Probably it'll be by the end of the year we'll come out with the soul food one, but that's going to be more of the soul food dishes that all of us people of color love, especially And just understanding that it's possible for you. It's easy. It's just a matter of going and getting that. It's a matter of, do you want that for yourself? Because if you want it, you'll go get it. Because when you want those clothes on Shein, when you want those Fashion Nova clothes, when you want those shoes, you're quick to go put in your information for Klarna, Affirm, or Afterpay, or just sit there and put it on your credit card. But when somebody tells you it's all about educating yourself and you can heal, so you no longer have to take a prescription, you no longer have to take those supplements, you no longer have to do this, you look at me and you're like, I have to do what? I have to pay for it? There's plenty of free education out here for you to go grab. I did it for myself, and you're not doing anything with it. But I guarantee if you pay for any product or service and you know that you've paid for it, you're going to go and you're going to use it. You're going to try it out. And when you try it out and you test it and you see that it works, it's going to amplify. And you're going to be like, oh, this does work. Let me keep going. Let me try this now. Let me do this recipe. Let me go on ahead and try this strategy that she gave me with the one-on-one. Let me go on ahead and keep going through the 6-week or 12-week program that I signed up for. Because not only did I pay for it, but it's also working. But when you do diet culture, and everybody knows this, you do diet culture for a week or two or a month or however long, you struggle through it, you suffer, you hate it. You don't want to continue, but you keep doing it because you're telling yourself you're losing weight. And then when you get off of it, what do? You gain all the weight back. You gain all that weight back and some. And then now here you are more inflamed than when you began because your body is not used to this back and forth. It might be used to you not sticking with healthy habits, but when you try to give your body health, quote unquote health, because they're telling you now, keto, paleo, and all that stuff is giving you high blood pressure, high cortisol, high, all these different things, okay? You go back and forth. That puts your body in fight or flight mode. It gets used to you doing this little minimal calorie diet, whatever, doing all this different stuff. And then you go back to eating all the 2,000, 3,000 calories that you eat, all the additives and fillers, all the meat, all the dairy. Your body's holding on to that because it said, hey, we were in a panic mode at first and then we got calmed down. Now you're putting all this calories back in. So we must be going through scarcity. So let me hold on to it. That's what your body does. And so think about the fact that you who do this diet culture, if you even do diet culture at all in order for you to cleanse and help yourself, you do this momentarily at least once a year. Think about the stress that you're putting on your body if you do it more than once a year. Think about the stress that you're putting your body in while you're doing that. And then you don't even do a correct cleanse for the rest of the year. You don't support your body with food for the rest of the year. You're not supporting yourself. And I know that got off topic of cellular hydration, but it comes all together because you have to understand how important it is for you to develop and establish healthier habits when it comes to food. And living plant-based has done that for me, and it will for you too. I had terrible habits when it came to food before, a terrible relationship when it came to food before. Using food as my coping mechanism. Using food as something just to go and just to eat, just to fill my body. But now I use food as fuel. I use food as something for me to be able to enjoy, not only enjoy, but to use it as medicine as well. To be able to cleanse myself every single month like I do, to make sure that I'm in the right track and in the right space so that every single month I'm not sitting here suffering. I'm not going to the next month suffering. I'm not sitting here putting myself in an anxious and depressed state because I'm getting all the vitamins and minerals that I need because I'm nutrient efficient, not nutrient deficient like majority of you are. Majority of you that are in here right now, I can tell you are nutrient deficient because you're sitting there filling your stomach rather than fueling your body. Your gut biome is off. So that's keeping your brain not able to get all your function, all your body systems functioning at full capacity. That's not supporting you and it's not helping you. And so you have to sit here and realize that plant-based foods are going to support you and you can eat your water. Not saying you don't need to drink your water, but you can eat your water. And speaking of water, I'm getting me some water right now while we're talking about it. But you can sit there and eat your water. And I know that y'all know some water-based fruits or vegetables. And if you know any, you want to drop them down in the comments right now. Drop them down. I want to see how many people in here know what fruits and vegetables are the most water content rather. Because they all have a little bit of water content. Which ones have the most? I want to see while I get my next point, figure out where I left off at, Watermelon, 1000%. Watermelon is my favorite. That is my favorite. Watermelon is one of the ones where if I have a big watermelon and I can eat watermelon, I can detox and cleanse off of watermelon alone. Like doing a watermelon fast for me is nothing because I love watermelon. You can make juice, you can eat it. So it's like, that's a great way. What else? What other What other fruit or vegetable do y'all got for me besides watermelon? What else do y'all think? Watermelon is one. One. I didn't even have that on. Oh yes, I do. I do have that on the list. I was like, I don't even have that on the list, but I do. I always say watermelon, so I didn't even have to list it. Y'all know another one? Is that all y'all got? Is watermelon? I'm gonna give y'all about like 30 more seconds, and then if y'all don't give me any more, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give you the ones that I have on my list. Thanks for the follow. Yeah. Okay. I'm not saying anymore. So watermelon, cucumbers for sure, celery, like really any leafy green, even though that they don't seem like they're gonna have a high water intake. Kale, spinach, like all those leafy greens, they're gonna have high water content that is going to allow you to get hydrated on a cellular level. That's what it looks like using food as your medicine. That's what it looks like when you work with me in my program, or you work with me in one-on-one. If you have any questions, that is going to be a shorter, not long span, but you get to ask personal questions. So if you have diabetes, if you have high blood pressure or something, that'd be something we would discuss and talk about. If you are dehydrated while you're having diabetes, that's something we would talk about. But in the 6-week program or the 12-week program, that's what you get, but more in its entirety. Hello, how are you doing? You get like full walkthrough of how to be plant-based, how you can do it for yourself, how you can make your own products so you're not sitting there putting chemicals on your body, and supporting your body with food and products, and walking you through how I live the lifestyle and how I've been for almost 4 years now. And so think about the fact that if you're not eating any fruits or vegetables, let alone eating any fruits and vegetables with high water content, you're missing out on eating your water. So if you're not drinking enough water, think about how you could be eating your water. I drink at least 3 or 4 glasses of water a day, at least. But usually, like, my bare minimum is 2, 3. Like, sometimes I go all day and be like, oh my goodness, I haven't drank any water, and I have to drink water, but I've eaten water. And so that's what makes me realize, because a lot of times I'll sit there and I'll, think about my day and like, I haven't drank any water, but I eat water. And so it's not good to not drink my water, and I know that. But I do eat a lot of water. My skin shows that I eat a lot of water. My skin shows that I drink a lot of water. A lot of people are not glowing the way that they could be. Your skin is dull. Your skin is sitting there having all types of eczema and scaliness because you're not getting enough water intake on a cellular level. And so you have to realize the fact that if you're not incorporating foods that are going to give you more hydration, and you're not drinking enough water, you're doing your body a disservice. You're not giving your body the support that it's asking for. And you're also not hydrating your brain. And you do realize that your brain is something that it's literally sitting in liquid. I hope you all know that your brain sits in liquid. It needs water. And so this is something that I learned a while ago. When you were dehydrated and your brain is not getting enough water, and if you're dehydrated on days on end, your nerve ending between connecting your brain and your spinal cord, and they're learning this about people who are having motor function issues as they get older, mental issues when they get older, like or not mental issues, I'm trying to think of the word. Let me rephrase that. What is the word? That was not nice. I don't know I'm trying to figure out how to say it nicely, because I didn't like how that came out. But having I don't like mental disorders either. I'm trying to think of the word. When they're suffering mentally as they get older, that's what I'm gonna say, because I didn't like how that came out. But when they're suffering mentally as they get older, the connection between their brain and their spinal cord is getting thin. It's thinning out. The nerve endings between the connection between your brain and also your body's functions with your systems, it's thinning out. So think about that every single time you're dehydrated and you're not. Neurological issues. Thank you. That's why I was trying to think. I was like, I didn't like how that came out. Thank you. That's why I was like, I did not like how that came out, but I could not think of the way that I was trying to say it. It's thinning out. So think about that for the people that are sadly suffering from like schizophrenia. They're having issues when it comes to them having scoliosis and all these different things. It's thinning out. You're not getting hydrated on a cellular level. And I've talked to quite a few people that were talking about dealing with like epilepsy, and schizophrenia. And I was talking to them about the fact that what do they consume? What do they eat? And they all have something in common. They either eat dairy or meat or both. And so I tell them every single time they come to me, you have to stop eating that, because that's feeding the issue that's going on inside of your body. Meat and dairy feeds diseases. And so when you're sitting there, especially because I've done some research on epilepsy, when you are sitting there epileptic and you're having seizures, every single time you are feeding yourself meat or dairy, you're causing that inflammation. And that's where the seizures are coming from, inflammation. And so looking and digesting the fact that not only are you not hydrating your brain, which is causing your nerve endings to thin out, which is making the connection harder to go through every single time your brain is sending signals. When are we going to change? When are we going to support our body? When are we going to realize we're doing ourselves a disservice? And they teach us in society to sit here, drink your Sprite, crave your Cokes, crave your different juicy juices and your Minute Maids, because at the end of the day, it has water in it. You water down your Sprite, that's okay. It has no sugar, but it still has high fructose corn syrup. It still has all these aspartames and everything else in it. That's not sugar free. That's just a chemical man-made sugar. It's a unhealthy, unnatural sugar. If you are sitting here doing yourself a disservice and you're going and eating this McDonald's and Burger King, and you're going to your favorite restaurants and you're going and you're getting a sweet tea that's heavily sugared up, understand that you're not drinking your water. And not only are you not drinking your water, but you're harming your cells and your systems every single time you do this. And you do it constantly. It's okay to have a cheat day. I have a cheat day. I had sweet tea last week. I'm not even gonna cap. So I live in the South. Sweet tea is that is my kryptonite. Like, a lot of people don't like sweet tea, but that is my kryptonite. I grew up on sweet tea. My grandma used to make sweet tea when I'd come home from school. Okay? I have to have me some sweet tea. That's my one thing that I have to throw in there every now and then. That's my cheat. But I cheat, though. I don't do this every week. I don't do this every day. Like, you have to understand that. Like, that's momentary. That's not something that I do on a regular basis. That's not in my lifestyle. When I say cheat, cheating does not happen for me every single week. Cheating does not happen for me every single day, every single night. I cheat once a month, if that. I plan out when I'm gonna cheat. Like, let's just be honest. Like, I'll be like, you know what, I'm really craving this. It might have soy in it, and I don't eat soy products, and I know what soy does to you, and it causes estrogen dominance. But guess what? When I know that I'm having a low estrogen time of my month, I'll sit there and I'll go, you know what, I can eat soy right now because it's not gonna harm me that bad. I'll be all right. I'm gonna expel this because I'm gonna eat X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. I've been working out heavy. It's gonna be fine. And guess what it is? But that's the difference. When I tell you guys not to eat soy, it's because I know you're not active. I know you're not supporting your body. So you don't need to be eating anything else that's going to harm you. When you were sitting here doing what you do currently right now, and you wonder why you're unhealthy and you're sick, it's because you do this as your lifestyle. This is not a momentary thing. This is not something, a cheat day for you. This is every single day. Look at how society is ill and how they're sick. Every single day you do the same patterns, it's going to lead you down the same path. That's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing but expecting a different outcome. That's not possible. Society is following the same thing every single day and then expecting something to be different. You look at somebody who runs marathons and they do X, Y, and Z, and you're like, how did they get sick? How did they get cancer? How did they pass away? They still eat meat. They still eat dairy. They eat soy. They're sitting there causing harm to their body instead of doing more help. Yes, you can sit there and build muscle. Yes, you can be active as you want to be. But if you're not using food as your medicine and knowing how to do it correctly, you're still doing your body a disservice and you're going to be ill. You're going to be sick. I hate to say it, but it's true. The fact is right in front of you. Go outside. The next time you're out in public, observe. And so we have to realize, let me figure out which point I was on, because like I said, I'll miss my points if I don't look at them. You have to understand that you going and getting your Gatorade, for example, if you are a person that's already active and you feel like that you are at least up and moving, and you think that you need a Gatorade, a Powerade, or whatever else, because I talked to an athlete and I was telling him that you don't need to be doing those things because you're sitting there and you're not realizing that you're not putting a natural electrolyte in your body. So that's the reason why when y'all drink Gatorades, you get more dehydrated. You drink Powerades, you get more dehydrated. You drink Dasani, you get more dehydrated. It's because you're not getting the electrolytes that are natural. And so when you get natural electrolytes from the way that you're supposed to be doing it, from food when you're first starting out, because you should be adding some type of natural protein and electrolyte during, before, after, all of that, because you need to help your body be able to rebuild muscle and to stay out of a fatigued state. You have to do that with plant-based. You have to do that with natural foods. No amount of protein powders or creatine or whatever else these little bodybuilders do, because I talk to build bodybuilders too, and they want to argue with me rather than just like listening. They tell me that you can't build muscle with that. But didn't somebody just win one of the awards for like the strongest man or whatever, and he's vegan? And he's vegan. So make it make sense. That's why I was like, I promise you, it's y'all can argue to your blue in the face. The argue can never trump facts. It can never trump fact. There is no way possible that the Most High has put all these fruits and vegetables here on this earth, and you're telling me that he didn't give you everything you needed just with fruits and vegetables alone. He gave you all this greenery on this earth. They weren't even eating meat before. When the first beginning started, they were eating only fruits and vegetables. And you're telling me he put all this greenery on this earth, and the greens, the vegetables, the fruits are not going to give you what you need, and you're going to be nutrient deficient? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Y'all have been so heavily programmed into this facade lifestyle that you don't even know your body's natural chemistry. You don't even know how to support your body in its own natural rhythm. And it's absolutely ridiculous. But it's okay that you didn't know before. Now is the time for you to learn and change. Now is the time for you to make a difference. If you want that for yourself. That's as simple as that. If you don't want that, this channel's not for you. This page isn't for you. And I hope the best for you, because I'm not going to argue with you and try to convince you. But if you are ready for a change, or you know that something is off and you're questioning, this page is for you. All of my past lives that I post on YouTube are for you, so that you can get all the free content that you need to either educate yourself enough to make the change, or to realize that, hey, I need support and accountability, and I need that, and I'm going to come work with you, Kendra, because I need help. When you need help, you go and you find it and you go get it. But when you're not ready to change and you're not ready to help yourself, there's nobody that can convince you besides yourself and the Most High. That's the only two people that can convince you in this world. Let's just be honest. Because like I said, he was the one who brought me here to realize you're not doing your body a service. That's the reason why you're mentally unstable. That's the reason why you're anxious. You're having panic attacks. You're going in and out of depression episodes. That's the reason why you're having knee pain at such a young age. It's the reason why you developed asthma in high school, because you weren't supporting yourself with food. In and out of fight or flight mode all of my life, because I'm sitting there doing diet culture, then going back to the way that I was eating, starving myself, going back to eating a bunch of crap, eating hot chips at 8 a.m., eating anything at 8 a.m., eating ramen. Like, you have to realize we have been programmed to poison ourselves. They tell you on TV to go and get bacon at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the a.m. Break your fast with bacon. They tell you that you need eggs because they give you so much and they help you so much. But they don't tell you that those eggs are raising your they're making you high in cholesterol and giving you high blood pressure. High cholesterol, high blood pressure, and then they're leading you to heart disease. That's what your eggs are doing that you love so, so much. When you can make plant-based eggs without the just egg, because I don't eat just egg, do not go get just egg. If you're not flipping things around and knowing what those ingredients are, don't buy it. If you want to know what these ingredients are and actually break them down and understand what they're going on and find alternatives for the crap that you have in your pantry, because I can guarantee you have it in your pantry, grab my $11 ebook that is literally showing you how to purge poison from your life by getting rid of the poisonous ingredients in your home. Showing you how you don't have to keep buying these poisonous products, because there are plenty of brands that you can tap into and help grow that will actually support you. So you stop buying from these companies like Kellogg's and Pepsi and all these places that have make billions of dollars a year off of you poisoning yourself and being addicted to their toxic chemicals, because that's what they're doing. They do studies and tests to make you addicted to their products, so you keep buying it. But these small companies that do not care about you being addicted, but rather you getting quality of food, know you're going to keep coming back because it's good for you and it tastes good. I still eat cookies. I still eat ice cream. I make my own ice cream at home. I literally have that pinned on my page. No, it's not pinned, but it's on my page if you want to find it. I think I said it's banana ice cream. I'm not sure, but it is banana ice cream. Super easy to make. It's so easy for you to make plant-based dishes that you love and to be able to enjoy. It's the matter of you wanting to do that for yourself and figuring out how to do it. Shift your lifestyle so that you can be healing. I'm so happy that you changed all that for yourself, and I hope that you have seen the healing that you deserve and that it's possible for you by changing that for yourself. And so if you're sitting here, like I said, if you're feeling fatigued, if you're having headaches, because that's a major thing, like I said, your nerve endings are thinning out. If you get chronic migraines and headaches, that's the reason why. You're not hydrated on a cellular level. So that means your brain nerve endings are thinning and everything else is not functioning the way that it needs to be, or it could be, because you're dehydrated. You're fatigued, your skin is dull, you're mentally fogged. That's the same thing as all the brain, neurological issues going on. It's because you're dehydrated. And so the one way for you, because I'm going to tell you this because that's just something like a little tidbit. If you are sitting there using those little hydration packs, or you think that you need to go out and get you different things like supplements and all these things for you to be able to, be hydrated, it's as simple as you going and getting Celtic salt. I think it's either Celtic or Celtic. I don't know exactly how to say it. I think it's Celtic. It might be Celtic. It's as simple as you getting that, doing a pinch in your water. Yes, you're going to be going to the bathroom in the beginning. Like, that's as simple as that. Because like I said, you haven't been flushing on a cellular level. You've just been doing the basics of the base. And so you're going to be going to the bathroom. But that little itty bitty pinch is going to get you electrolytes. And it's going to give you hydration deeper than what is just the surface. And so, like I said, these are all the different things that you learn when you work with me in the program, or you work with me and you book a call with me. These are all the different things that I teach you. You can get it with Klarna, Affirm, or Afterpay. If you want the link to that program, I don't think it's linked in my bio. It could be. You can go check, or you can DM me and I'll send you the link directly. It gives you all the fact and all the information that you need beforehand, before even buying. Everything that I have linked in there gives you a fact page before you go to buy. So it's not like I'm just trying to steal your money. I'm showing you and I'm telling you and allowing you to understand what you are going to get, breaking it down and allowing you to understand how this is going to support you. Because I'm not here to just sit here and be like, give me your money, give me your money. I want the results for you, because we need to shift this way the world is going. We have to shift it, because as you can tell, it's not going anywhere but downhill from now. It hasn't been. It's been going downhill for a very long time. And I'm tired of seeing people sitting here suffering when they don't have to. My last live, I talked about my grandma and how she had passed away from cancer. And they had given her the trial pill because the chemo was not working. And I sat there and I watched her pass away. And I know that she could have been helped if she wasn't told by her doctor that she can't heal. If her doctor would have told her that if you just start eating plant-based and you just go and get basics of you eating fruits and vegetables and understanding the process of that, she could have been able to heal herself regardless of what stage she was in, or at least be able to be here longer so that she could eventually get to the space of healing. Because it went downhill fast after she got on that pill, because that pill is full of chemicals. Instead, they had said, here, let me give you a bunch of chemicals to help you. And it didn't help. And so I'm here because that led me to realize that there are so many people being misled by their doctors. Because yes, go to the doctor, get your test done, get your diagnosis, but you don't have to sit here and take a chemical, a prescription, something that is literally derived from holistic wellness, put into Western medicine to make you sick. You don't have to do that to yourself. Go to your doctor, get your tests ran, and then find a natural solution. Get your test ran, your diagnosis, and come work with me and get all the answers that you need for us healing. Because I'm telling you, it's stemming from inflammation and toxin buildup. That's the only thing that it thrives in. That's the only thing it can feed off of. And so if you have any questions now that you're here in the chat, if you are still here, for the people that are here, thank you for staying through this live. You can drop your questions down in the comments. I take questions at the end of all of my lives. And like I said, all my past lives are posted on YouTube. I have plenty of free content here on TikTok. They're on YouTube that will support you in getting your healthy journey started, allowing you to understand the health that you need and what you need to do for yourself. And if you are at the space where you just want to, learn about plant-based, you're not really sure, you're like, I do have a masterclass replay that is diving into that, and you can bundle that. I have it as a bundle. I think I have it at $47, if I'm thinking off the top of my head. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think, it's $47, and I think you get my Purge to Poison ebook with that masterclass replay. I think it's at $47. So yeah, like I said, you can get it all with Klarna Affirm Afterpay. Thanks for the follow. How do I feel about juicing? I do it. I have a juicer. I do it. If you are diabetic, you should not be juicing, because that's gonna raise your what is it, blood sugar. I was about to say, yeah, glucose. That was right. It's gonna raise your glucose, and so your blood sugar levels are not gonna be regulated. Excuse me, I keep saying the wrong thing. Are not gonna be regulated while you're juicing, unless you're juicing like water-based celery, cucumbers, like things like that. But far as juicing fruits, if you're diabetic, I would not suggest it until you get your other habits in check first to be able to do that for yourself. For people that are just coming in, hello, I'm taking questions. It's the end of my live, so if you have any questions, drop them down. But yeah, that's going to raise your sugar level. And like I said, we are focusing on hydrating, but the main thing you need to be focusing on is eating your fruit and drinking your water. That's the main thing you need to be focusing on. And the same thing with vegetables too. You need to be eating your vegetables. Those leafy greens, even though they're not good, especially when you juice them, if you're going to juice them, they're not the best thing. Everybody doesn't love green juice. You have to realize that green juice is stabilizing you. That's the way you're getting more fiber than you are sugar content, and that's going to stabilize you. So if you do want to drink your juices, let's say that you do want to juice your juices, you're going to have to mix it with your greens. And yeah, it's not going to taste the best as you just getting apple juice and mango, but it's still going to allow you to be stabilized, so then you can get to the point eventually of drinking your juices by themselves without having to have the green juice, if that makes sense. What other questions do you guys have before I get off of here? Let me know. Drop them down. I'm trying to think if I missed any points. I don't see any. I'll stay here for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna hop off. Our juice is a lifestyle and fast, but wanted to know for hydration. Yeah. If you do that on a regular basis and you are not finding any illnesses or diseases or having any symptoms like insulin resistance, juicing is perfectly safe. It's perfectly fine for you. I know people try to talk about the fact that it gets rid of the nutrient content or whatever else that they try to say. As long as it's cold press, yeah, I think that's the only really big thing, because the other one, I had one that wasn't cold pressed, and you can tell the difference. I had one before, I returned it after one use. You can tell the difference. Not only is the quality of the juice different, but you can see how it's stripped. You can taste it. You can taste how it strips it versus cold press. It's a slower process and it doesn't strip the nutrients. But if you're just juicing with a regular juicer and it's not cold press, it's going to strip the nutrients, and you're just literally just drinking the juice without sugar. You're just drinking basically just like the juice on the shelf without sugar. So that's my thought on juicing. Definitely juicing and fasting. And if you want to learn how to cleanse, if you are having issues with anything and you're like, I don't know how to cleanse properly without supplements or tinctures or any type of medications or diet culture, I do have a detoxing and cleansing guide that is a full body guide. It goes through heavy metals, microplastics, gut health, fruit and vegetable cleansing. There's 7 books total. What did I say? Microplastics? I don't know if I said microplastics, but microplastics, anti-inflammatory, and then there's a template guide. So there's 7 books total that are going to support you in full body cleansing and releasing, and it'll help you be able to fasting. That was the other one. I think I already said microplastics twice. Fasting is another thing that I teach you, how I effectively fast for myself and for you to be able to do that too. Yes, like I said, you can get all of that with Klarna Affirm or Afterpay. Super simple, super easy. But yeah, I'm not seeing any more questions. So I guess I'm going to get off of here. Thanks you guys for staying in my live, and I hope that this has supported you. Check out my link in my bio. All the links are in my social medias, every single one: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Check those out, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day, and that this content has supported you. And if you have any questions at all that you don't feel comfortable asking asking in front of others, you can always DM me. My DMs are always open, so do not forget that you can always DM me if you have any questions. And I hope that you have a blessed rest